second left. Clippers by 2.
In 2011, Chris Paul was traded from the New Orleans Hornets to the Los Angeles Clippers, turning a perennially underwhelming team into an instant contender. But a trade was originally proposed that would have sent him to the other LA team before getting vetoed by Commissioner David Stern. And we are all left wondering what could have been. Prior to the 2011-2012 NBA season, the Clippers had made the playoffs 4 times while representing LA. They made it out of the first round only once. The Lakers, on the other hand, had brought 11 championships to the city up to that point. And in December of 2011, the New Orleans Hornets accepted a deal that would send superstar point guard Chris Paul to the Lakers, pairing him with future Hall of Famer Kobe Bryant. But at the time, the Hornets lacked ownership and were represented by NBA Commissioner David Stern. Owners were appalled by the deal, and Stern even received an angry email from Cavs owner Dan Gilbert. With the well-being of small market teams in mind, Stern vetoed the trade, stating that the backlash from owners did not play a role in his decision. Instead, he insisted it was purely for basketball reasons, which is good because personal reasons would have been controversial. Stern claimed that the team was better served with Chris in a Hornets uniform, a uniform Stern presumably expected Paul to wear under his Clippers jersey, since he flipped him to the Lakers' less successful LA counterpart a week later. The Hornets gave up Paul and 2 second-round picks for a package of Eric Gordon, Ice Age survivor Chris Kaman, Al-Farouq Amino, and Timberwolves' 2012 first-round pick, which turned into Austin Rivers. The Clippers then made the playoffs a franchise record 6 seasons in a row, but they never made it beyond the conference semis in the monster that was the Western Conference. The Hornets went 21-45 in their first season without Paul, among the worst in the NBA, but managed to strike gold by winning the #1 overall pick in the 2012 draft and selected perennial All-Star Anthony Davis. But the deal originally proposed by the Lakers paints a different picture of the future. If David Stern had allowed the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers, the Hornets would have received Goran Dragic, Lamar Odom, Luis Scola, Kevin Martin, and a 2012 first-round pick that turned into Royce White. The Rockets, the third team in the deal, would have received Pau Gasol, who would be the heir to Houston's big man throne with the Yao Ming era now over. Instead of the Hornets season being plagued by an Eric Gordon injury, Dragic would have thrived in his first chance as a starter, and his connection with Kevin Martin would have given the Hornets a respectable backcourt. They're still bad, but better than they would have been if Gordon was on the sideline. Meanwhile, in LA, Paul, Kobe, and Andrew Bynum entered the 2012 playoffs as a fearsome trio, but just not fearsome enough to take down OKC's 3-headed monster of Durant, Westbrook, and Harden. In the offseason, the team 4th most likely to win the draft lottery ended up with the #1 overall pick. With the Hornets being slightly higher in the standings, the gift of drafting Anthony Davis would go to the Sacramento Kings, pairing him with DeMarcus Cousins in Sacktown. How about that? With the 9th overall pick, the Hornets looked to fill the gap left by Odom's dwindling numbers and selected UConn big man Andre Drummond. As for the Lakers, after getting jettisoned from the playoffs, they looked to replace the void left by trading Gasol and traded for superstar big man Dwight Howard, shipping out Andrew Bynum in the process. The Lakers' new trio of Paul, Kobe, and 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, Dwight Howard, was plastered on every billboard in Los Angeles. The Showtime Lakers were back, and there was nothing that could stand in their way, except for the relationship between Kobe and Dwight. Kobe was quoted saying, "I never appreciated Shaq until I played with Dwight." Team chemistry was in tatters, but sheer talent alone got them into the playoffs. A storm, however, was brewing in the Western Conference. The Rockets stuck with the Gasol-Lowry pairing and fell short on assets in the James Harden sweepstakes. With the Rockets out, the Thunder took a good hard look at the other big offer that was on the table at the time. An up-and-coming Golden State Warriors team was looking to replace the loss of 2-guard Monte Ellis and offered the Thunder 2011 first-round pick Klay Thompson and a future pick. The caveat was that the Thunder had to take on Richard Jefferson's contract, so the Warriors could avoid a massive luxury tax bill. Instead of ignoring this option and dealing with the Rockets, the Thunder, having no better option available, agreed to send Harden to the Warriors. The Warriors, with their Curry-Harden backcourt and rookie forward Draymond Green, would prove too much for the Lakers and their locker room turmoil. The Western Conference now belonged to 2 young teams in the Warriors and Thunder, as well as the aging Spurs. The Lakers, while always fielding a competitive team, just couldn't crack the top-heavy conference. In order to keep the Thunder's Splash Bros together, Kevin Durant eventually decided to re-sign long-term with OKC. Then, in an attempt to avoid riding shotgun on Kobe's 2016 farewell tour and to ditch the Western Conference altogether, Paul forced a trade to Cleveland to join his longtime friend LeBron James as he chased a championship with his home team. In return, the Lakers got a building block for the future in Kyrie Irving. Sadly, Paul's career was tarnished when he missed a would-be championship-sealing three-pointer in Game 7 against the Warriors with the game tied 89-89. The game was decided by a flop-induced free throw by James Harden, giving the Warriors their second consecutive championship. Cleveland may not have gotten their championship, and Chris Paul may not have brought glory back to the Lakers, but this story still has a happy ending. A destitute franchise approaching a full decade without a championship hit the lottery in free agency, giving hope to a fanbase that just did other things for a few years while the team righted the ship.
It is official, LeBron is a Laker.
Thanks for watching this episode of If Then. For more, click here. Or to relive Tiger Woods' greatest victory, click here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and call your mom every once in a while. She misses you.